When the old man passed away, they said his heart simply gave out in his sleep. It was peaceful, they claimed. Quiet. But in the shadows of that silence, something else stirred. On the night of his death, the small silver pocket watch that had always rested on his nightstand stopped ticking. Its hands froze precisely at midnight. No one thought much of it. The watch was old, after all, battered, scratched, the kind of heirloom that looked more sentimental than functional. They packed it away with his things, a small, forgotten artifact of a quiet life. A week later, his grandson, a boy no older than 16, found it while rummaging through boxes in the attic. Something about the watch drew him in. Maybe it was the way the light hit its cracked surface, or how cold it felt against his skin, even in the warmth of summer. He decided to keep it, placing it on the nightstand next to his bed. That first night, nothing happened. But on the second, as the moon hung high and the air grew still, the room was filled with a sound no one had heard in days 12 sharp, metallic chimes. The boy sat up in bed, breath caught in his throat. The watch was ticking again. Not just ticking alive. Picked it up, confused, and turned it over in his hands. The back was icy to the touch, unnaturally cold. Then came the whisper, a breathy murmur that slithered through the room like fog across a graveyard. The voice said his name. Terrified, he scanned the room. Nothing, just darkness and the slow, steady beat of the watch. Each night the chimes returned, louder, more urgent, and each time the air grew colder. On the fourth night, when the clock struck midnight, he caught a glimpse of something in the mirror across his room, a pale figure standing behind him, his grandfather. But when he turned, the room was empty. The mirror, however, remained fogged. Words began to scrawl themselves across the glass, as though carved by an invisible hand. Don't wind it. The next morning, curiosity outweighed fear. He brought the clock to the kitchen and carefully pried it open. Inside, beneath the mechanism, was a folded piece of brittle paper. The edges were stained a dark brown, and the handwriting was shaky, barely legible. Never wind the clock. It's not counting time. It's holding something in, and when it stops, it escapes. Despite the warning, or perhaps because of it, he couldn't resist. That night, he wound the clock. It began ticking again, faster than before. Rapid, panicked, like a racing heart. Time began to break. He'd blink, and hours would vanish. One moment it was dusk, the next dawn. Conversations became fragments, sentences beginning without endings. People around him shifted. His mother started to act strange, standing for hours in the hallway, unmoving, eyes blank. A friend called him in the middle of the night, sobbing, insisting he'd seen the boy standing at the foot of his bed, whispering words he couldn't remember. Reality blurred. And through it all, the ticking never stopped. Until one night, it did. Silence swallowed the room, and for a moment there was peace. Then came the knock, soft, steady, from inside the closet. With trembling steps, the boy approached. He opened the door and found the mirror. The same mirror from his room. But his reflection, wasn't his. The boy in the glass was smiling. The real one wasn't. He stepped back, but his body didn't follow. Only the reflection moved. Only the reflection grinned. The truth struck him like ice. He was no longer outside the mirror. He was trapped behind it. Now, the clock sits quietly on another shelf, waiting. The ticking has started again, and somewhere in the world, a new pair of eyes is about to find it.